Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. Almost forgot the name of the game. We're here to cover the third last, fourth, whatever you want to call it, Battlefront Misty dungeon domain. We're covering the ranged trial. That's what I'm trying to get across, right? We're covering the ranged trial today, and we're going to do, obviously, like before, we're going to do a little showcase of the pathing, what characters I use, and a bit of how, how hard it is. I'll give a kind of a bit of a conclusion of if it's difficult, if it's not difficult, how I feel about it, and if the rewards are adequate enough for the difficulty. So we'll just get right into the trial. Quick overview. This is a ranged trial, right? So as the name implies, we're going to be covering ranged characters, mainly using ranged characters. Try to use as many of those as possible because they get damage buff, but they're not required. You can actually use other characters. You can use melee characters if you want, if you're more comfortable with that. But do know that ranged characters, so like bow users and catalyst users, get a damage buff. But with that all being said, here are the rules on the screen. They're kind of good and bad, or rather, sorry, they're all good, but some of the challenges can be a bit hard here. But without further ado, let's get into the character selection. Okay, so character selection wise, you have to take a few things into consideration here. So for this one, definitely do read what the leyline disorder is. So really quickly, we'll just cover it. When there are no enemy opponents around your current character, the damage dealt by all characters in your party is increased by 75%. So ranged characters just have a 75% damage increase when they're really far away from things. And the second one is when there are no opponents around your character, movement speed is increased by 20, and sprinting and alternative sprint stamina consumption is decreased by 50%. So that's cool and all. It's mainly the first one that you're looking at is being at a certain range, you deal less or more damage, right? So you have a 75% when there are no characters around your current one. So that's going to dictate what I choose. Now for this one, I'm going to be Amber is main DPS. We're going to run Diona, and then we're also going to run Mona. Because we're running Diona, we're not going to run Barbara, which I usually would run. And because, why not, we're going to be running Sucrose. I feel like that would be a cool addition to the team. Sucrose, not a bad character. Can be used for grouping. So let's get into it. Okay, so we're in the thing now, in the trial that is. I was going to say thing, but we're in the trial now. And this one is a bit hard in my opinion. The ranged one can be quite difficult because you have to use specifically ranged characters. But we'll manage. The main gist is just keeping a distance, if you're doing that, that is. Amber does a decent damage from a certain distance away, so definitely a positive there.
Shadows of fate. Fate is upon you. Let it rain.
And honestly, I use the same route for almost all the domains though so far. Not really any change there. All the domains kind of have the same pathing, and every zone that I do visit does have a required mechanism in it. I kind of forgot the name of the thing that I'm trying to do. I am using Mona. I don't really use Mona that much, so this is a bit hard for me. I don't really use Mona. I don't quite know what she does, but we're managing, we're managing. But this domain, out of the 4 currently released and soon to be 6, the ranged one has proven to be the most difficult. Just as an FYI.
Written in the stars. Can't handle your dream. Huh. Get up.
But with a bit of practice and a bit of knowing what you're doing, it's very easy to overcome what, or very easy to kind of finish it, Bit of knowledge on the actual characters, a bit of knowledge on the domain, very easy. But as you can see, we're just pretty much, even though I don't know how to use Mona, I don't really use Amber much, we're just kind of breezing through this, not too difficult, And in general, it isn't that difficult to begin with, so, people shouldn't really, well, you shouldn't have too much difficulty in general with this, so definitely, if you do fail at some points, definitely give it a retry, because overall, can be quite easy when you practice a bit, This is my second time doing this one, because I did do this on my other account once. But that's pretty much it, And with me doing this casually, I'll show at the end how many of the challenges I actually complete doing this casually. Like, just to show that you don't really have to put much effort to get pretty high rewards. And as usual, we're following the same route. Like, I'll just say that again. We're following the same route that I did before. Just gotta do a cheeky damage buff there.
Look at you, Boomtown. Decided by destiny. Swirl, Mark 2. Stand clear. Let it rain. Delved into destiny.
Also notice that I'm not really trying to stay away from enemies completely, mainly because the damage buff that you get is not that substantial that you have to stay away from enemies. I stay away when I can or when I need to, but otherwise it's not really a requirement. So definitely don't think that because the domain is called the range domain that you have to actually fight all enemies at a range. You can definitely just stay within range and just kind of deal with them normally. The extra damage from being a certain range away is just to give you a bit of an upper hand in certain situations. But we'll take a right here and we'll get this domain or this mechanism done as well. Get a bit of extra time, you know.
Enhanced animal module, stand clear. Shake and stir. Go, no escape.
There we go. We got a bit of extra time and we've pretty much done a lot of the challenges. We're going to go into the final challenge here. Again, do be wary. Don't take fall damage here. One of your characters will die if they do take fall damage. So just glide down. And the last monster here is the big boy himself. But we'll take this guy pretty casually. Not really too fussed about much to do here.
Animal hypostasis emulation.
Well, that was a waste of the
Absorption test.
ultimate. Unfortunate.
Let me scribe. I'm a rock. No one escapes my sights.
And honestly, your characters are strong enough to deal with a lot of stuff here very easily, in my opinion. None of the characters are actually that weak.
Can't handle your dream. Decided by destiny.
And we're just going to casually continue onwards.
Shake it and stir.
Try to get out of this. Don't get hit. Don't get hit. Run! Okay. Doing fine. We're doing absolutely fine.
Delved into destiny. Swirl, Mark 2. Look at you, Boomtown. Let it rain. Written in the stars.
I really do wish I knew what that ability did, but there we go. That's the range trial. Overall, super easy in my opinion, but out of the current ones, pretty much the hardest. Honestly, I did that pretty casually. You know, using a ranged character can be quite odd if you're not used to it, which I'm definitely not used to, so using a ranged character was quite a bit, you know, it was a weird feeling, but, you know, it's overall not too difficult if you just kind of use a few abilities here and there, just press buttons when you can, use any ultimate when you can, and just a quick showcase of how casually I did that, just to see what challenges I did. I did all 5 challenges. Okay, that was a bit more than I was expecting, but I did all 5 challenges without really trying. I wasn't really targeting any of them. I wasn't really trying to get a specific one. I just did the actual trial itself and got the challenges, all of them done. So, you know, if you're struggling with a specific trial, definitely, you know, take your time, target that specific one. You have infinite attempts. You know, that's a big thing to take away is you have infinite attempts on these trials, and you can actually just farm them out one by one if you need so, right? But that was the range trial. Let me just claim these really quickly, and again, that was a range trial. Quick guide, quick character showcase, character composition. If you enjoyed the video and if it was helpful, leave a like and consider subscribing. If you have any tips, tricks for other people, me, anything like that, leave a comment, tell me about it. I'd love to hear from you. And that'll be all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.